Spaghetti. Spaghetti is one of the most misused pasta shapes in the world. The name means little strings in Italian, and the thickness of exactly 2 millimeters is not a random choice. That specific diameter was developed over centuries to work perfectly with oil-based sauces like aglio e olio, where the oil needs to coat the strand completely without pooling at the bottom of the bowl. Round pasta cannot grip chunky ingredients because there is no surface for them to hold onto, which is why pairing spaghetti with thick meat sauces is technically incorrect. Italy produces over 1.4 million metric tons of pasta annually, and spaghetti consistently ranks as the most purchased shape globally. It is simple, precise, and deeply misunderstood. Fettuccine. Fettuccine is the shape that Alfredo sauce was actually designed for, and every version served on spaghetti is a compromise. The name means little ribbons, and each ribbon measures exactly 6.5 millimeters wide. That width creates a dramatically larger surface area than round pasta of the same length, giving thick, cream-based sauces something to physically cling to, rather than slide off of. The Alfredo sauce itself, invented in Rome in 1914, was built around fettuccine specifically because the ribbon shape holds emulsified butter and parmesan in place between the strands. When the same sauce is poured over round spaghetti, it immediately begins separating and pooling. Width in pasta is not aesthetic, it is functional, and fettuccine exists because cream sauce needed a surface worthy of it. Linguine. Linguine translates to little tongues, and the flat oval cross-section that defines it is what separates it from spaghetti in ways most people never consider. The flattened shape gives linguine roughly 30% more surface contact per bite than round pasta of identical width, and that extra surface is what makes it the correct choice for seafood sauces. Clams, mussels, and shrimp are irregular in shape and weight. They slide off round pasta before reaching the mouth. The flat surface of linguine creates enough friction to keep chunky seafood ingredients in place. Italian coastal communities, particularly in Liguria and Campania, developed linguine specifically for their seafood-heavy cooking traditions. Pairing it with heavy meat sauces is considered an error in traditional Italian kitchens. Penne. Penne means quills, named after the old ink-writing instruments that the angled cut resembles. That 45-degree angle at each end is one of the most deliberate design decisions in pasta history. It creates an opening that sauce can enter from any direction, filling the tube from both ends simultaneously, while the ridged exterior grips sauce from the outside at the same time. Studies comparing ridged penne rigate to smooth penne lisce show that the ridged version holds approximately 40% more sauce per piece. The tube shape also means penne can be used in baked dishes, where it needs to retain its structure under heat for extended periods. This is why penne alla arrabbiata, a spicy tomato sauce with chunky texture, is considered one of the most technically correct pasta pairings in Italian cooking. Rigatoni. Rigatoni is the most structurally capable pasta shape produced at scale. The name comes from the Italian word for ridged, and the combination of a wide hollow tube with deep exterior ridges means sauce is captured from every possible angle simultaneously. The inside of each tube holds liquid sauce. The ridges on the outside grip chunky ingredients. The wide opening prevents the pasta from collapsing under heavy fillings. Food scientists who have studied sauce adhesion across pasta shapes consistently rank rigatoni among the highest performers, holding up to 3 times more sauce per piece than spaghetti of equivalent length. This is why bolognese, one of the heaviest and most complex Italian meat sauces, performs significantly better on rigatoni than on any long pasta shape. Rome considers it the only acceptable shape for rigatoni con la paillata. Fusilli. Fusilli are one of the most mechanically efficient pasta shapes ever developed. Each piece consists of approximately 3.5 complete spiral turns, and those turns do something no flat or tubular pasta can replicate. They trap sauce, oil, and small solid ingredients, like capers, olives, and diced vegetables, physically inside the coils, preventing them from falling to the bottom of the bowl between bites. This is why fusilli dominates pasta salads worldwide. Cold pasta salads rely on dressing staying distributed throughout the dish, rather than pooling at the bottom, and the spiral shape maintains that distribution better than any other format. Italian fusilli has a looser, more irregular coil than the tighter American rotini version, and that wider gap between turns is what gives it roughly 25% greater sauce retention despite looking almost identical. Farfalle means butterflies, and the shape that makes them visually distinctive is also what makes them technically unusual among pasta shapes. The pinched center of each piece is approximately 4 millimeters thick, while the wing edges taper to just 1 millimeter. This means Farfalle is cooking two different thicknesses of pasta simultaneously in the same pot. The thin edges finish cooking several minutes before the thick center, creating a single piece with two distinct textures in one bite. No other mainstream pasta shape does this intentionally. That textural contrast makes Farfalle ideal for light cream sauces, where some resistance in the center balances the softness of the sauce. It was developed in the Lombardy and Emilia-Romagna regions of northern Italy, where refined pasta shapes with specific textural goals were a point of regional pride.